I am. Okay, so I made like a bunch of notes yesterday. Oh my God. The last 2 days, this trial is so good. I hate that it's happening to Johnny, and I hate that because we stand by him, right? But it's it's actually so good because we have a glimpse of what's gonna happen to Evan, Gore, and all those people. So I watched about 7 hours, which I think is the whole duration of it. I watched about 7 hours of it yesterday on the stream here on YouTube, and I watched 5 hours of it today. And then I went to work. Right, it's 9 o'clock right now, 9 p.m. And I came back, and I was not going to do any of this because I know everybody talks about it. Everybody's talking about it, but I feel like I own him because he's kind of the reason why I started making videos. My first videos were about Johnny, and I am not going to just do this every single day unless you guys want me to. I don't know. Somebody got to tell me. If you want me to do this every day, we'll do it every day. Like a little. It's really hard to do a recap because so much happened. You gotta understand, this is like this court opens at 8:30 and closes at 4 p.m. and they're going all the way until 5 p.m. in Virginia. So it's like hours and hours and hours of stuff. So pretty much what happened yesterday was the opening statements, which Amber's team, we're gonna call them the thirds from now on. The thirds were on the stand, opening statements from the thirds, and then opening statements from Johnny's people, Johnny's team, which is, I love the lawyer already. It's a female lawyer and a male lawyer, and they both look so good and so professional, and they look expensive. Amber's lawyers, like really, like especially the lady, just looks like I don't know. It's like those free lawyers that the court gives you because you don't have one, and they appoint you one right there, like when you're waiting for your coffee. They're like, here's a lawyer because you don't have one. That's how her lawyer looks like and sounds like. I'm not judging by looks, but the way she sounds like and the things that she said, she doesn't even know. She even mispronounced Amber's name, and she said Amber Hart instead of Hurt. You don't even know the name of the person you are freaking. Okay, so from day one was pretty sad, which was yesterday. Johnny's sister was there. She talked a lot about the abuse that they both suffer on the hands of their mother. I talk about Betty Depp because she's dead, but there's no good feeling, so there's not really a lot of empathy for that lady, but I do have a lot of empathy for Johnny and for his sister. So yesterday was pretty much about that. The interrogation, where people will be talking about it on YouTube all over the place. So it was such a surprise. I knew he had a sister, but I didn't know that the sister was going to be involved in this. But it makes sense because she is actually a key witness. She actually saw Johnny when he was with Vanessa Paradis, and she saw Johnny with Amber, and she said something very particular in court yesterday. She said that when she was organizing trips for Johnny and Amber and herself, she makes sure she booked an extra room, another room. And you wonder why. Well, we had to do that. And Christy, Johnny's sister, said because they fight and they argue so much, and Amber will go so crazy on him that sometimes he needed his own room to relax because she will be screaming her head off. This is Johnny's sister saying that. She doesn't gain anything from saying something like that. Of course, she's going to say my brother is innocent, is my brother. But the details that she's given are just, it comes across so honest. Like it's not rehearsed. It's not. And can you imagine to see your brother? I don't have any brothers or sisters, but your brother or your best friend, anybody, going through that, and you have to sit there and just re-traumatize yourselves with them. Because then she talked about how they grew up and what used to happen to Johnny and to her in the hands of their mom. And the whole situation, it was triggering to me. But it's not like I'm over it, but I cried yesterday. I did cry. Hey, I know I said I was not going to do this, and here I am. I'm so exhausted. I slept 2 hours, the last 24. But I can't help myself. This is like too good. Today was pretty fun. The guy who was there, his name is Isaac. Isaac. He's like this guy from Brooklyn, like super badass, and he knows Johnny for the last 25 or 30 years. And he was so honest. Like, you can't stop a person. Like, when you're telling the truth, it doesn't, like, you don't have to look good when you're doing it. You don't have to make little faces. You just do it, and you're telling the truth, and the truth was coming from this guy's pores. It was amazing to watch. His name is Isaac. He's key witness because he's the guy who saw Amber on May 23rd, the next day, fresh face, and he said he didn't see any bruises. And fun fact, this guy is not only Johnny's best friend or whatever, from not best friend, but one of his best buddies for the last 30 years. Also, he's a painter. So you will say, why am I mentioning this? Because he's a painter. So a painter, any type of artist, anybody that like works with colors and shadows, would know the difference between a face with makeup and a face without makeup. So Isaac is saying that she got no makeup on, that she looked fresh and as usual and pretty, and there was no bruises and no blush and no makeup and no nothing. And I'm not gonna be so enraged and so sad like I was before. But when I watched it live yesterday, it made me really sad. It's hard. So I'm just gonna play and I'm not gonna interrupt because otherwise we're gonna be here forever. Like, this thing is like a 7-hour day. Core day. It's crazy. They barely like breaking. I think they broke for lunch for like 15 minutes and they had another break. So they like maybe like 30 minutes total. The jury, I mean, as much as I would love to be in that jury box right there, I don't know. This thing is going to be 6 weeks of all this bullshit because we think it's bullshit. I know it's bullshit. You know it's bullshit. But think about being in the jury box and just sitting there and just listening to all this for the first time. Or maybe you knew about it. Maybe somebody told you, hey, you know that bitch? And you know that Johnny Depp? Maybe Johnny's crazy. He beat that chick up. No, she's crazy. She lied. Imagine you're just like a regular person and you overheard it. Not like on YouTube, like you know about it. You overheard it. And then you get called to do jury duty and you have to go and witness this insanity. All right, I'm going to start. I don't know who's watching. I'm really tired. I'm gonna sound hyper, but I'm really tired. You know when you're so tired that you get like second wind, and I look ridiculous. There's a lot. I want to talk about Johnny's sister, which was yesterday, and I want to talk about Isaac, key witness, Johnny's friend that was today. So much information. Like, especially the thing with the sister, it broke my heart. I really didn't know. I don't know if you guys knew. I knew that Johnny was abused because he said that his mom was batshit crazy. This was his words. But I didn't know it was the extent of the suffering that the sister described. And it makes you think why he's with a woman like Amber, why he goes for that, why he fell for that. He grew up with a mom and a dad, mom violent and anxious, depressed, screaming, beating them up with sticks. I'm not saying this. That's not defamation. This is Johnny Depp's sister saying it. So I can say it now because she said it yesterday in court. And they would just get hit with sticks and with belts and stuff like that. And in the trauma that can you imagine having that trauma and then getting married to somebody like Amber? And have to relive it all over again because you're getting yelled at, because you're getting freaking things thrown at you. The sister said that when the mom was mad, she would throw things at Johnny's face. Well, now Johnny is, how old is he? Old, all right? He's a grown-ass man, and he's having this chick throwing things at his face and screaming at him and calling him names. His mom used to call him One Eye, but I think what I think, okay? So the dad seems to like, Johnny's dad was kind of like, before his sister saying like he will just chill and try to make the mom calm down. and kind of take a breathe and just deal with her. And it's kind of it's what's going on right now. It's what Johnny was doing with Amber, being the chill guy who sometimes get mad, but once in a while, but usually is the one who's like, let's just be logic. Let's just be logic. Let's chill. Amber, calm down. Please, Amber, calm down. How many times we heard that on the audio? And her saying, I lose it. And Johnny going like, yeah, I know, but you need to calm down, baby, blah, blah, blah. I am. You know the whole thing. So what's happening to him when he was a kid is happening to him all over again. And I did not know this was so bad. I knew that Amber was a monster, but I didn't know that Johnny's mom, I didn't know that whole family. I didn't know it was so messed up. So I was gonna go straight to the sister, but it's really sad. So for kicks and for laughs, I'm going to play the opening statements, which the word says it all, from the turds. I'm gonna start calling them the turds because I'm not gonna remember the name of these people. Her lawyer, and I think the lady's Elaine is her name. She's a freaking hot mess. So I'm gonna call them the turds. So when I say the turds, I'm referring to Amber's team, and when I say Johnny's, I'm referring to Johnny's team. So this is the turds opening statements, and here we go. And it's bad. Oh, and Marilyn Manson is mentioned on the statements, on the opening statements, as like, well, he was gonna go on a bench with his friend Marilyn Manson. So somebody texted me and said, hey, Manson was just mentioned on the opening statements. I was like, what the fuck? So I had to go look it up. So yeah, they mentioned Manson. He mentioned Manson for like a second. It's no big deal. Nothing is gonna go all like on that, but I thought it was kind of curious that we got our two guys there. Okay, I think I'm alone. I don't think it's a good idea to do this if I'm alone. Because you guys already watch it. It's all over YouTube. Don't pay for this. Just watch it. Just watch the stream. Try it out. Don't watch it alone and crying, which is what I'm doing right now. Stevie Ray J is gonna do it tomorrow. Stevie's gonna do it tomorrow. Dr. Soups did it today, and yesterday Geek Sam did it. But for some reason, he said that he had to put down the whole stream, which is sucked. It was like 8 hours, and it was really fun. So I watched it on his channel yesterday. Come Geek Sam. And then today I watched Dr. Soups, and then tomorrow we're gonna watch it as Stevie Ray J. So we all know these people. I understand Tug from the Umbrella Guy not covering this live. I get it. If I was him, I probably wouldn't either. At this point, like, he's just so sick of Amber and all. But he didn't cover it live, but then he went live and talked about it and did a whole recap. The reason I'm doing this now is because it's nighttime, and I figure that the people that I usually talk to are online. And also because I can't do this during the day because I have a fucking life. But this is so engaging. Seriously, it is. So should I skip the opening statements? Just go straight to Johnny. My connection is unstable. The more you know. Okay, I think somebody's watching. Hi. You want to say hello to the chat? Because I would love, like, the only reason I like to do these things, and I don't like doing regular videos because I don't get to chat. And when we did last time, and we talked about Manson for like 2 hours. It was a bunch of us talking. It was really fun. But like now I feel like I'm talking to myself. Who's there? Hello. Okay, I think I should skip the opening statements because they're out there. Everything is on YouTube, so I'm not gonna show anything that you don't know already. But some people don't have the time to sit there like I did for 7 hours yesterday, 4 hours today. I didn't get any sleep, and tomorrow I'm off. So that means tomorrow I'm gonna watch this, and then I can get some sleep. Because Like today is Wednesday. It's kind of like my Friday because I don't work Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So today is my Friday. Does that make sense? Much as I'm sure that it's fun to be there as a jury, sitting there, it's probably so freaking oh my god, so draining. Especially, I mean, there's a lot of things that are entertaining, and there's a lot of things that are emotional about it, like Johnny's sister. Um, those things, they get emotional. I mean, it's interesting. Any case, even if it's somebody that you don't really like. I like watching cases. I watch court TV all the time. When I was like in my 20s, is all I watched was court TV. Before I started watching forensic files and crime shows, before all that, there was court TV. And I was watching court TV all freaking day. So I get the appeal of just like feeling like you're peeking into these people's lives. But I think it's worth it to talk about him because he's our guy. And this is a glimpse of what's going to happen to Evan Rachel Wood when she gets sued. Or maybe she won't. I don't know. For defamation. Actually, this is $50 million. Do you think Amber Heard has $50 million? $50 million. I don't even think she has like half of that. Mhm. I'm so thirsty. I at work I run today. I was like, I did a lot of stuff. I'm sorry, I'm sweating. All right, I'm just gonna play this just for drama. And then I'm gonna jump to Johnny's sister. That's how we're gonna do. Lily said, what are you doing?
All right. Thank you. All right. Opening statements. Yes, Mr. Rottenborn.
I'm gonna play this for only a few minutes.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ben Rottenborn, and together with Elaine and Adam, I represent Amber Heard. In a few minutes, Elaine will get up here and she'll introduce you to Amber. She'll address the allegations that you just heard in Mr. Chu and Ms. Vasquez's opening statement. And she'll explain to you why all those inflammatory things are things that are designed to mislead you from the truth. She'll explain to you what the evidence will show. And that's something that we're going to focus on in this trial, not attempts to distract you. We're going to focus on the evidence. Not what we wish the evidence showed, not some crazy conspiracy theories, but what the evidence actually show.
There's no evidence, buddy boy, no evidence.
I would ask that you keep one question in mind above all else, which is this. Why are you here? What are you being asked to decide? You're being asked to decide a very simple question. And that question is, were the words that Amber used in the December 18, 2018 opinion piece that was published in the Washington Post protected free speech under the First Amendment or not?
This is what this guy's trying to do, okay? They're going with the First Amendment, freedom of speech, freedom. Yes, you have freedom, but you shouldn't have freaking dragged somebody and thrown under the bus just because you're just bored. So as much as we all love our freedom of speech, and the First Amendment is very dangerous when something like this happens. So this guy, can you believe his last name is Rottenborn, like a rotten apple? Like something there's rotten, like Rotten, rotten, born. That's his last name. Amber's lawyer. The Thirds. Okay, the Thirds team is talking, and I'm just.
That is the question.
Now he's gonna talk about the op-ed that she wrote from the Washington Post.
Because the evidence isn't pretty for Mr. Depp.
Okay, here.
You're gonna see who the real Johnny Depp is. Really is.
What the?
Amber is gonna tell you about it. You're going to hear who he really is from other witnesses. And you're going to hear who he really is in his own words. In the vile, graphic, terrible messages that he wrote about Amber and ways he used to describe Amber and what he wanted to do to Amber. from the earliest days that they were dating through their marriage and after their marriage. You're going to hear about that. But this case isn't about that. This case isn't about a day-to-day chronicle of their marriage. It's not about who is the better spouse. It's not about who you like more. It's not about which party can sling more mud. But you're going to hear a lot of that in this trial. You're going to hear that because that's what Mr. Depp wants to turn this case into. He wants to turn this case into a 6-week-long public spectacle of the most intimate aspects of their relationship and their marriage. And you know what? I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we're going to have to do that. I'm sorry that you're going to have to listen to all of it. And I'm sorry that Amber's going to have to relive that.
Oh.
But that's the case that Johnny Depp chose to frame. And we're not going to stand idly by and let him sling mud at our client and make inflammatory and false statements like you just heard in opening and not let those go unresponded to. But ultimately, what this case is about the First Amendment, about that December 18th, 2018 op-ed piece, and whether Ms. Heard's freedom of speech and the First Amendment give her the right to say the words that she said. That right, that freedom of speech, is what Amber Heard is asking you to uphold and protect in this lawsuit. And that's a very simple question. The question you could decide this after.
It is so not
And
simple.
it does not require you to stand and serve as the umpire of two movie stars' imperfect marriage. It doesn't. And so we're going to focus on those words. We're going to look at those words. And as we look at those words, I'd ask you to keep this in mind. Keep in mind what you just saw on the screen from Mr. Chu when he put up those words. Keep in mind what you didn't see. You didn't see the rest of the opinion piece. And what we'd ask is that as you look at those words, that you look at them in the context of the piece in which they were written. Now, whether you look at them individually or in the context of the piece doesn't really matter because the words are true. But context matters. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask.
If the words are true, then it's defamation. This guy is so stupid. He's trying to do the whole like, well, freedom of speech, First Amendment. Amber can talk about whatever she wants to because we all have the freedom of speech for freedom. Freedom is so amazing. But then he's saying those words are true. With this, then she needs to pay because that's defamation. So, dude, like the dude is swinging just back and forth. It's really super annoying. So I'm just gonna skip all this. Hi, are you Robert? Are you Tammy? Are you Raven? Who are you? Please don't go. Yeah, I'm alone again. All right, I'm just gonna skip this guy. He's a pain in the ass. I mean,
Heather, put up the article, put up the opinion piece, and I'm going to read that to you.
oh yeah. So
We're
I'm
gonna
not
look at
interested
those
of
words in the
I'm not
context of
interested
what
of
this
him
piece
reading. It's
means.
100
That
freaking
this
times.
Then, 2 years ago, I became a public figure representing people of power. In 1994, the act is one of the most effective pieces of legislation enacted
Okay,
to
Lily,
fight
stop.
domestic violence and sexual assault. It creates support systems for people who report abuse and provides funding
This is
for
super
rape
annoying.
crisis centers, legal assistance programs, and other critical services.
Johnny's face during this is, I'm sure you guys saw it on the live streams. His face when he's listening to this guy, Johnny's like this. It's like it's all the eyeballing him. And Amber is just trying to look all stoic with her hair. I don't know if her hair is like, I don't know if she's doing this on purpose or she's trying to look all homey. Like, I don't know what the hell. He looks like Johnny Depp. I don't know what people are saying. He should have got a haircut. Why? Why you don't need to? You know what you want to do? You don't want to do that to the jury. You want to be who you are. If you show up there trying to play a role and trying to be something you're not, then people can see through it because this is not people that know them in person, just like we don't know them. So we can see through it. One that looks like a phony and is all dressed up in a suit, it's her. He looks just like Johnny Depp. So the jury's gonna go, is gonna see that. The jury's gonna see through her eye rolls that she does a couple times, and uh, they see it. They see it. And it's not a matter of like who they like more. In this case, I mean, I guess I'm biased because I think he's innocent and I think she's a freaking piece of work. But let's say you didn't think any of that and you were just watching this. You watch two people and you will think, oh my gosh, she's such a phony. She's trying to pretend that she's all serious and she's trying to do something, she's trying to be something she's not. But Johnny's sitting there being Johnny. So I think that's already a good thing that he comes across way more uh way more real than she does.
Tabloid outlets that posted pictures of me spun them in a negative light. I felt as though I was on trial in a court of public opinion, and my life and livelihood depended on myriad judgments far beyond my control.
This is so messed up that she talks about her lawyer's talking about the jobs that she lost and how we judge her and how she was in the eye of the storm and we criticize her. But she just seems to forget that she's the one that started this whole thing. And when it comes to it, and we counted, and when it comes to numbers, Johnny lost a lot of more money than she did. I'm not saying both of them losing anything is good. This whole bullshit hasn't freaking shouldn't have happened to begin with, right? But she's making it sound like she lost so much. And her lawyer also said that she lost the contract with L'Oreal. Uh, I don't believe that she did because I remember seeing last Christmas seeing commercials of with Amber, her face and her blonde hair and her red lips and all that looking all pretty for L'Oreal. So I don't think she lost that contract. So I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about. He's mentioning that she lost movies and she lost movie roles and then she lost credibility and then we think it's a conspiracy theory. And it is a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy? Yes. It's a theory. So I guess I'm a conspiracy theorist then. There you go. But to start with, this is yesterday. This is from yesterday. He looks so more he looks more chill than I thought he was gonna be. I thought he was gonna be nervous. He doesn't look nervous. He's cool, collected. He looks good. She's like this, you know, nose to the sky, like a little. She looks like she's in ballet or something. I should know that. But I'm saying I just it's so fake. It comes across so phony. Even if I didn't know who she was, I'd be like, well, why is she acting so phony? Like what's up with that chick? Um, first love. I don't think that she lost a contract with L'Oreal. I don't think so. The fact that her lawyer is trying to make it sound like she's the victim and she's the one that was in the eye of the storm and we criticized her and everybody was judging her when also it's way, way, way the other way around. I mean, come on. Even in 2016, I believe her. So he got somebody like me, you know? I mean, I'm just saying. So the one that did all this shit was her, and the one that did all this is her. Come on now. Well, I don't know why they're trying to do this whole where we're supposed to feel sorry for her because she lost her livelihood. She didn't lose shit. I won't be surprised if like the feds the thing they say if he wins, which I hope he does, will be like, well, she doesn't have money to pay the $50 million because she lost so many jobs because of Johnny, because she was so stressed out, so she couldn't work. I won't be surprised. I'm calling right now. I'm calling it. I won't be surprised if she says something like that, or her defense team say something of the sort that now she doesn't have any money because the wall movies and the Pirates movies. Come on, like whatever the fuck she lost is not that much. Okay. For you to see what type of piece of work he is, right? I'm sorry, I'm having a problem with this YouTube.
This trial, believe me, the article would have looked very, very different. She could fill a book with those details. She probably would have started out by calling out Mr. Depp by name. She probably wouldn't have published it in the Washington Post. She would have described in great detail The man who has described himself, the violent side of himself, as the monster. That's what she would have done. The monster. She would have told you about the monster. But she didn't. That wasn't the point of this
She
article.
didn't.
And she was careful to avoid that, even having her lawyer review the article to make sure that it was okay. And she relied on that lawyer's advice, and you'll hear testimony on that during trial.
I guess that might be true. That might be true that when she wrote it, her lawyer said, "Hey, don't put Johnny's name in there." Maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. That's the only thing I can see that might be true. The rest is bullshit. And Johnny is like getting all those like yellow their notes and just putting them on his lawyer's table. It's so cute. Which, by the way, people were saying all over fucking YouTube, people are passing notes. Okay, I've been to court a lot of times, many times. I'm not famous, okay, but I live in California, and if anybody's gonna be freaking crazy hardcore security in court, it's gonna be here. Yes, you are allowed to pass notes to your lawyer. The reason this is allowed is so people don't yap, and there's no picky, and the judge to say, please silence. Okay, you are allowed to pass notes. The problem what Amber did yesterday is that she passed a note and turned around to somebody who was behind her, who was part of her team. You're not allowed to do that. You're allowed to pass a note on your table. So Johnny right now, he's doing the same thing. He's like kind of whispering, talking to his lawyer. He's not doing anything illegal. Her passing a note and doing this is not doing anything illegal. I know it's annoying. We don't like her face, but I'm gonna say that that is allowed. It's allowed to pass notes, not to the person on the back. You are allowed to pass notes on the person on your own table because that's your team, and you are allowed to. You should. If your life is on the line like this, you can pass all the notes that you want. They do this so people don't start talking loud, because otherwise, can you imagine? So Johnny just did it now. He didn't pass a note, but he did this and talked to his lawyer. They're not doing anything wrong by doing that. It's not disrespectful. It's just something that people do. I done it, and I saw people doing it. It's like, actually, like when last time I went to court, all I did was pass notes because I was not gonna talk.
Then 2 years
I was like, I'm not
ago,
talking.
I became a public figure.
Okay, so we're gonna skip this. Shut up, Roddenborn. 2 witnesses per day, or just one, which is crazy. So yesterday they did Christy Depp, which is Johnny's sister. Today they did Isaac, which is Johnny's friend, the one that saw no bruises. And then they did Person, the guy who worked in the Columbia building that owns actually the videotapes from the elevator and security videotapes. So they talked to those 3 people as now. So we got Johnny's sister yesterday, we got Isaac today, and we got the guy from the building that has the videotapes. Those tapes are gonna be like, ooh, we're gonna have Franco, we're gonna have Elon Musk, we're gonna have some weird shit going on. Also, I heard somewhere that Elon Musk say something of the sort of like, well, they can't do nothing to me because there's no timestamps. I hate to say it, but he's right. He's right. The video of him and Amber in the elevator, there's no timestamps. So I guess he's off the hook. But that doesn't matter. I mean, like the whole thing, when people hammer the whole thing about her cheating on Johnny, that's not the main problem here. I don't care who she slept with. I'm not judging people for cheating. I don't sit here and judge Evan for cheating or for getting pregnant. I'm not judging that. The brother, she's a freaking monster. She ruined his freaking life. Okay, so whatever she slept with Elon Musk, or not, which we know that he's in the elevator, but that doesn't mean that they did anything that time when she was to marry. So technically, it wouldn't be cheating. But anyway, all we know is that they were in the elevator together, and she was still married. But I think Elon Musk is out the hook because there's no timestamps on his video. But good old James Franco is on the hook, and he's on the witness list, which, by the way, has been on YouTube for like the last 2 weeks. But they're doing like a little bingo type of thing. Because I thought they were going to go by order of the witness list, but they're not. They're going whatever the fuck they're doing. Whatever the fuck they do. I mean, it's kind of cool because as I was watching today, I was like, who's coming next? So it's kind of exciting because you really don't know what the heck is going to happen with this thing. I thought they were just going to first call the family and then call, but no, they're just doing whatever. So 3 people, we got 3 people. Today, 1 person, today, two witnesses. So 3 total. Hi. I don't know do I'm talking to anybody on my thing. This is possible to watch. I'll probably just delete it after. I make like a regular video. But I thought this was more fun because everybody's doing videos about this. So I'm not gonna be so dumb to do this in the middle of the day when it's live because I was watching it. So this is what happened. I woke up at 9 o'clock, made my tea. I started watching the case. Around 3:30 p.m. my time, West Coast time, I went to work. I worked until 40 minutes ago. I got home and I'm doing this now. So I'm fucking tired. But it's worth it. It's worth it. Okay, so I'm gonna play Christy Depp, Johnny's sister. I don't want to listen to this guy anymore. And it's gonna piss you off. It pissed me off. It made me cry. It triggered the fuck out of me yesterday when I listened to her. Probably right now, if I listen to her again, I'm not gonna cry, but it's still really hard. And then today we had a guy that was actually really fun to listen to, which was Isaac, the guy from Brooklyn that is friend with Johnny and all that. But this is Christy Depp yesterday, and I'm telling you what they did to her. What the lawyer did to her was bullying. It was straight up bullying and you know, when you leading, it's called leading. You should not be leading. You should just let the people talk. And if the person remembers, the person remembers. The person can always say, "I don't recall," which that's the best thing to say when you don't know and you don't want to lie. So she said a lot of that, and her lawyer was like bullying her, bullying Johnny's sister. It was so sad to watch, and I can't even imagine being Johnny right there and just like looking at just like your sister getting bullied by these people, because it was hard. So okay, I'm playing it. This is Christy, Johnny's sister, first witness of the trial ever. First one. I just like that they start with a sister. It just paints a really good image of them, of both of them. Just have to do something. Hold up for a second. I don't know why my cat. I don't know why she's so chill, and the minute I get here, she just starts doing this. Oh, because it's on Bluetooth. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm so stupid. Oh, that's why. How come it says that I'm live? Why would I get it on my phone? That's obvious. Oh my God. Don't you hate the stupid ads?
Well, but she recovered.
Ms. Dombrowski, how would you describe your parents' relationship?
That was complicated.
Would you please explain to the jury what you mean when you say your parents' relationship is complicated?
Our parents they had 2 completely different personalities, and where our father was also a very kind, patient, loving, gentle man. And our mom was the opposite. She was very high-strung, very nervous, anxiety, angry. So they were completely opposite people.
Sad.
What was your mother's first name?
Betty,
Did your mother, Betty, ever get angry with your father?
yes,
How would your mother express her anger toward your father?
she would scream, she would yell at him, she would hit him, call him names, that kind of thing.
Did your father ever hit your mother back?
No, Dad never reacted when Mom had hit him.
What a saint.
If he didn't hit her back, how, if at all, did he react?
Basically, he would let her scream and get it out or hit and be done. And the way that you dealt with my mom, the way that he dealt with my mom was he always tried to keep the peace. So he never wanted to, he didn't want to engage.
That sounds familiar. The way he dealt with my mom, he tried to keep the peace. It's just the same that Johnny does with Amber. And I don't know if all the relationships or not, but at least with her. It's crazy how like life does think is karma. It's just that we just keep repeating this and we are attracted to people that are our parents. It's beyond fucked up. The things that you said are just like you heard it all before from even yourself or your friends. You always have a family member that is being abused by somebody. You yourself have been abused by somebody. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening to all this. We all have a story. That's why we're so drawn to Manson and to Johnny Depp. But this is so sad when I think about those tapes of Amber screaming at Johnny and saying, I didn't punch you, babe. I just hit you. Yeah, I throw something at you. What are you going to do? And now I'm thinking about little Johnny, 10 years old, and his mom throwing things at him. It's like the first thing in my head when I watched this yesterday. I got so sad because I was like, man, this happened to him twice with his mom and now with his wife. And who knows, whoever else. I don't know. But I mean, like, it's his sister's best idea ever. I know it's very like dramatic and it's very like stab to the heart, but this is what the jury needs. The jury needs to feel really bad, be like, oh my god, this guy. Besides, he's famous, he has money and the pirate and all that BS. This guy was abused when he was a kid. This is a real story. This is a story of a guy, of a male being abused. I think that's what the jury needs to think. That's what I think. That's what you all think. So we want you to think that even the people that don't think Manson is innocent, they think Johnny is innocent. So re-traumatizing somebody because this is the guy that you're gonna marry. He told her this stuff. Like you're dating and you're like, you tell your boyfriend shit, you tell your girlfriend stuff. She used this against him. She manipulated him and she abused him and throw things at his face. The same then his mom threw things at his face when he was a little kid. So no fucking wonder you gotta fucking drink. No wonder you gotta take a couple pills or do some cocaine, allegedly. No fucking wonder, Johnny, you need to just take some sleeping pills or drink some whiskey. No fucking wonder. It makes me upset because the root of addiction is trauma. And that is not just me saying it. We all know that, okay? It's science. It's not my opinion. No trauma, seriously, no addiction. I don't know any addicts that don't have any trauma. So maybe there are some out there. I don't know them. How can they all still sit there with straight faces? Who made it comment? Indigo Boogeyman? Indigo Boogeyman, are you watching? Come back. I can't make a comment back if I'm still here. Oh my god, it's not an activist. Lisa, I'm here. I'm live talking about Johnny. Yeah. No, Imagor is no activist. Okay, so I'm going to keep playing the Johnny Depp's sister. But pretty much kind of like to come here and see if we can chat and why not and see what you guys think. What do you think? Tell me what do you think about what happened yesterday and today, the Johnny and Amber trial. What do you think about the sister testimony, about the violence that he experienced as a little kid? What do you think about the testimony from today? What do you think about it? I just want to know what do you think, because I know what I think. And I really was just so sad. I'm sad right now. I mean, like the way that she described mom is the way that we usually describe Amber. It's not I believe Johnny as being a grown ass man down. He wants his mom to stop hitting him. He wants his mom to stop yelling at him. So he's just gonna, chill and be chill. This is what he's been doing his whole life. I actually didn't know this. So by my ignorance, I don't know a lot of us knew that. He talked about it before. He said his mom was a crazy bitch. This is from his mouth, not mine. And I'm like, okay, but he never really talked about how often the abuse was and how physical it was. And I want to be talking about it if it wasn't his sister talking about it on a trial in court. So I can make a video about it, and I don't feel I'm just speaking vile of the dead. In a way, maybe it's a good thing that her mom passed away. She doesn't have to see all this. But yeah, I don't have a good. I mean, I don't understand people that do that to kids. I don't understand. I don't. And I don't care. Like, people go like, well, back in the day, that was the way. No, my ass. My ass. I grew up with my grandparents, probably as old as Johnny's parents. They didn't do that to me. They didn't hit me. They didn't hit me with a belt. So the whole thing about back in the day was different. Listen to me. You're an asshole. You're a fucking asshole in every timeline. You can be an asshole in the 1950s or the 1980s. You can be an asshole that hit your kids right now. So the whole thing about how the values were different and people are, yes and no. I mean, I grew up with a Roman Catholic family, pretty hardcore, but I never got hit. I will tell you if I did. I never did. I never did. So, and it was around the same time that he's a little bit older than me. He's 10 years older than me. Yeah. But so just because it was back in the day, you don't mean that you can do that. That's not acceptable. Betty Depp was just like all over the place. Anyway, so he was doing, his dad did what Johnny did after in adulthood. Isn't it crazy? Like, just like, keep this woman calm because you don't know what's going to happen. So give her whatever she's asking you. Just do whatever she says. Just pacify her. That's exactly how Johnny was. But most of it, for what we know, it was just this crazy violence and this manic stuff and this hyperness. And this is the way that Christy, Johnny's sister, describes their mom is just like I will describe Amber in my head. Like, you have to walk on eggshells a person because you never know when she's going to get the belt and hit you in the face with it. So with Amber, you never know when Amber is going to throw a pot on your head. The more I listened to this, and I also had a dream about it. Hey, you're making comments and I can't reply to it because I'm here. I don't know if you guys can actually see this because this might not be. Is it live? Am I live? Right now? Am I off? Like last time we did this I did it from my phone. The comments were off the whole time. And then I turned it back on and then I got a chunk of comments. So I wondered if this is the same thing happening right now. And I'm really, really tired. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, there you go. Yo, okay. You want to talk fun stuff then? We can skip Christy. First of all, Tammy, he's from Brooklyn. He will get really mad if he hears you saying he's from the Bronx. Isaac from Brooklyn. Isaac, man, like fucking awesome. And the fact I didn't even know he was a painter. Bye. She's like, Tammy's like, I can't hear this shit. But you heard yesterday, right? The Bronx. No, he's from Brooklyn. That guy would kick your ass. But also, he just seems like he's like the friend. He's like the friend that we all need and we all should have. someone like Isaac. He was so honest, and the Lord was trying to push him. And that dude couldn't lie. He can't. That dude, you can tell. Like, he became everybody's. He was like trending on Twitter. I'm sorry I didn't see your comments until now. They were okay. So, you should I keep talking about the sister? Should I keep playing the sister? It's horrible. But that what I was saying is like it gives you the idea of like what the stuff that Johnny had to go through with his mom, tiptoed, walk around eggshells, do whatever it takes to calm her down, is what he did with Amber, and it's so fucking fucked up, beyond fucked up. I'm gonna keep playing the sister for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go to Isaac. Isaac was so fucking funny. Yeah, from Brooklyn.
He was very, sort of, he would step back, and whatever it was that she was angry about, he would try to go ahead and make sure that he took care of whatever she was insisting that he did.
Is it fair to say he did what she wanted?
Yes, it's very fair to say he did.
What, if anything, did you and Johnny do while your mother was hitting or attacking your father?
We would leave the area. We would run and hide. We would go to our room, either we would go to our room together or, depending on where we lived, if our room was close, we would sort of run off and get away from it.
How did your mother treat you and your brothers and sisters?
Well, there's a similarity, in how she treated Dad. Again, she was very anxious, high-strung. She screamed, she yelled, she
crying again.
She threw things. She called us names. We each had our own little special set of names. Some we wouldn't repeat, but so she gave each one of us a name. My name, for example, was Violet, which to some people it wouldn't seem like it's anything, but Violet was my father's mother, and my mom hated.
So she would use it as the spice.
So that was my special name. One.
Did your mother have any special names for Johnny?
Yes, she did. She had a few. Again, some did not repeat. Her favorite, I think, was she called him One Eye. And she called him that because when he was young, the doctors thought he had a lazy eye, so they would put a patch on his good eye so that they would strengthen the other eye. So she used that as, a way to find a new fun name for him.
What type of mother
How
does
did Johnny
that?
respond when your mother would call him One Eye?
He didn't respond in any negative way. Those names were just a way of life.
That was a way of life. Violence is a way of life for Christy and for Johnny. You see how sad this is? Violence was the way of life.
Yes.
Did your mother ever get physical with you?
Yes, she did, but I was also very quiet, very shy, and I learned early on to stay back.
So you don't get hit.
I was more in the background because I would constantly sort of stay in the background to stay away from trouble.
Ms. Dabrowski, when your mother did get physical with you, what forms did that take?
Well,
She would hit us.
She would throw things.
The only reason I'm playing this for context is the same reason that his lawyer decided to have Johnny's sister to lay the foundation for this whole thing, because the jury is going to remember this, just like we remember it now. And I'm not going to forget this ever, probably, because it's so fucking heartbreaking and I'm crying again. We date our parents, we marry our parents, we divorce our parents, we have kids with our parents. It's like, but we all date our parents, and it repeats, and the violence repeats and repeats and repeats, and it's so heartbreaking. So the fact that he the fact that he's being yelled at and people throw his face since he was 5 years old, and until now, not by the other ex-wives, but by him, by Amber, is just heartbreaking because domestic violence is not it's bad for everybody, okay, everybody. But can you imagine to be re-traumatized and trigger? This is your wife. This is this blonde girl, this pretty girl, younger actress that you marry. But wait, this is your mom. She's like throwing things at you and she's calling you names. Your mom call you names, she's calling you names. Your mom throw things at you, she's throwing things at you. Your mom beat you up, she beat you up. It's just so mind-blowing to me. The name calling and the insults, Amber called him a fat old man, and his mom used to call him one eye because poor little Johnny had a lazy eye, which a lot of us when we were kids have a lazy eye, whatever. But they use that to insult him, and now Amber calls him names too and throw things in his face. Like, I can't stress this enough because, like, hopefully this whole thing will teach people something, that don't date your parents, don't marry your parents, especially the ones that beat you up. In this case, it feels like the dad wouldn't, I don't know, probably was too scared to do anything. I don't know. I don't have. I think connection is unstable again. I'm unstable. Look, I didn't shed tears. But yesterday I did.
She would have us go pick a switch, off of a tree, so that would be what she could hit us with.
Go pick up a thing out of a tree so she can hit you with. I can barely handle it. I mean, this is what happens when people don't get help. This is what happens when people don't get help. Because Amber also grew up allegedly with a dad that beat people up and slap people, and then she's doing it, and then she became the abuser, and Johnny's been the victim since he was a kid. Now he's a victim again. But I'm like, oh, everybody I'm dating is my mom. Why we're doing this to ourselves? Fuck. Like, just hopefully this whole case, besides the fact that it's Johnny and we love Johnny and we don't like Amber and all that, will just get people thinking about abuse, mental and physical, and abuse towards men, abuse towards kids, and how this shit is scars you for life. And there's nothing that you can do about it once it's over, but you can actually help yourself and help other people. And listen. When somebody comes and tells you, this could be your kid, friends, whatever, about, yeah, I saw somebody with a black eye, or I saw somebody, his mom was yelling, his dad was yelling at him in the grocery store. Listen, pay attention, because that's the future Johnny Depp right there. Okay? Or me, or you. Like, this shit happens all the time. And I don't want to hear or read anything as, well, today, and I didn't get hit with a belt. So the whole back of the day is really not an excuse to be violent. It isn't. So I keep going with Christy, but I can just go with the Brooklyn man. It's connection is unstable. Okay, you get the point. Do you get the point? Right? I'm just gonna go fast forward to see if I can get to today. This was an hour and a half of Christy, Johnny, just listening. I want to actually go into. I'm gonna stop talking about Johnny's mom. It is what it is. I think what I think, and nobody's gonna change my opinion of the whole family dynamic. But Christy also says something very curious, that when she would book a trip, because she was doing, it's really quite normal. The Amber Heard lawyer makes it sound like, oh, well, you're on the payroll. She's like, well, yeah, but it's also he's my brother. So calling a couple hotels and making a reservation, it's not, oh my God, it's just your brother, you do it. Anyway, so she'll say, Christy said that when she knew that Amber was coming to like a family trip or to like some type of location, some type of getaway trip, just in case. And the lawyer asked himself, because she was throwing things and arguing with him, just like his mom. So the whole, she needed to book an extra room. I mean, he's this little boy who goes into the other room with his big sister because he's getting abused. In adulthood, same shit happened. It makes me so fucking mad. So anyway, so the one thing I wanted to say about the sister was the abused mother and all that, but also the sister knows Amber shit. And Amber was like giving her the evil eye a couple times, like not too obvious, because when you're in court, you don't want to do too obvious of an angle. You know, if you you listen to somebody, and even if you're pissed off, you're gonna have to her, especially in court. And you are, I don't know, she knows she's on, see everything that she's doing, and it was a pretty bad. Johnny never looked at Amber's lawyer. Johnny was like this. Listen, he didn't look, but Amber looked like all pissy, which I'm not surprised, right, by it. Okay, so that's it for Christy. If anybody wants to go to the Brooklyn man, everybody watch it.
Guess
And what I'm doing, sister, and how and the cycle, and it's just, and I will make a video about it. I really want to make a video about that. So I've thought about it for a long time, and part because it's speaking of his mom that is not with us. She's alone, passed away. It's hard. It's almost like I don't want to speak about Marilyn Manson's father either. We don't want to do that, but I'm going to do that with Manson. But in this case, we kind of have to go look in our past to see what the present is and what we did. So, okay, Isaac Baruch. This is day 2, first witness of day 2. Friend of Johnny for 30 years. I like the judge. She's like cute. She's like, oh, she's like nice and patient.